All right, guys, epic day again. Swing hit hard for 260% among, countless plays. Went down, filled the gap, held it, and up. So, if you think that the collar is max, this is a perfect spot now to eat shit. Absolutely perfect spot to eat shit. However, record close on SPX and Nasdaq, and Dow Jones pulling a day 2, keeping the gap open. IWM pulling a day 2, keeping the gap open. So just because tech took a breather, market was very, very, very bullish. Now, the NAMO is still set up for absolute fireworks, and with what's going on right now, I think they need this. They need this to look good, and they need Saturday to look good. They got a whole generation out on the streets. I mean, once you really start looking into it, I'm just taken aback by the censorship. It is absolutely nuts. And the fact is, if you can't shut down these protests in America, they're gonna spread all over the world. And then if the whole Gaza situation and Iran happens on top of that, it's gonna be a shit show. So good chance here in that respect that we go higher. Now, Bitcoin just hit all-time highs. I want you to look at this hourly chart here. Wow. Okay, especially this here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do something like this. Come up, bounce up a little bit, start selling. People think it's a Thursday top again, and then we keep on ripping, because the market is waiting on those jobs numbers. It is waiting on PPI. Okay, however, all right, this is the funny part here. This channel, right, we haven't broken out of it. And kind of depending upon where you look, I mean, this is a long trend line, and on TradingView they always change a little bit, like, let's try to get it exactly where the fuck it needs to be. There we go. Let's see here. Kind of hits there, yeah. I mean, it's debatable, like it's almost like we're right on it, so we haven't been able to gap over it, right? We're right there, kind of depending upon, again, the timeline, the time frame and this and that. On the hourly it looks like it, but so did this, and I think it's a little higher. So it is set up to eat shit. This is a topping pattern, but in this market and with everything going on, I would push it higher. I mean, there must be a lot of puts at this rate, right? In the OPEX, there has to be like a shit ton of puts. You would think that there's a shit ton of puts. Now, we did hit the collar. We've traded above the collar before. What happens? Above the collar into all-time high, there's no fucking resistance, right? And I mentioned the upper targets. I got 4, but the next 2 are of relevance, 652 and 655, right? If we go. If we gap down, I think they bite up. We just gotta keep an eye out for that Thursday premium high. It's all about how it reacts tomorrow. I would suggest, if you have any green at open, please take it. Sorry for the noise in the back. Okay, whatever. Now, obviously, tech was rotated out of today, but we did get MOC buys today. Now I don't know if that's ready to go or if it needs to drop still, you know, and close this gap here. That's what I don't know. As far as, yeah, I took some Meta into close just in case, because tomorrow is Thursday. I took some Microsoft into close, and Bitcoin's hitting all-time high. This has bounced a little bit after hours. I would imagine if it holds coin and MSTR do a little bit of catching up, but they traded kind of like shite yesterday. But nevertheless, I took my 20 centers in case we go there tomorrow, and I think that if we go here tomorrow, we will on Friday probably end up right there. Okay. Downside, we're gonna handle real time. UNH after hours, I think it's now at 277. I rolled down from the 80s to the 75s today. MSOS had a 12% day. I mean, talk about a freaking swing, yo. This is gonna have legs. He's gonna do it. I know he is. They want that vote, you know, in case you still think voting matters. Which I'm sure it does on some levels. UPST Epic Day. So staying with the same ones, which is always a good thing unless something huge pops out. The interesting one that has been dormant, that from these levels have bounced every time, is JPM. And I took like in case we rip big time, like rip and go fill this gap, since we have 2 days, I took a lot of 297.5s because they were cheap, right? Why not? Why not? I'm not like the biggest believer in it, and I might even sell right at open, but why not? Here's the half moon, right? Why not? As far as tomorrow, right? So this was the closing GEX. No huge things except drop down there, which makes sense. That would be the drop spot, right? On the change. But again, you need a gap up tomorrow. You need to gap up if you even want to think about going higher than today, because it is the top of the collar and it is a perfect pattern for a top. But then you got Bitcoin doing that. I didn't even look at the VIX today, but it was in the box, which means 9-cent premiums for the next day can start working. Because it can go under as well. Okay. Then we look at the dollar. The dollar is bear flagging. Okay, rejected hard today. This is gonna curl over. Okay. That's kind of where we're at. Did want to check something. Yeah, the price distribution for tomorrow is bearish. And also, we're not showing any GEX here, which is concerning for upside. So it's pretty much down to Anthony, who's Fridays. So either 655, 640, or absolute death. I'll be ready for all of them. I'm 90% cash. I have a lot of out of the money stuff. Like if it hits, I'm gonna be cashing out. If it doesn't, it's not the biggest deal in the world. But overall, I mean, look, you got new highs. QQQ rotated out, but you still put in the new all-time high. Okay. SPY as well today. It was kind of in the middle. Last time they were driving Dow Jones and then IWM. They did come back and do these guys one more time. So hoping to see that. Great day. God bless. See you tomorrow.